In today's video, we're taking a look at how to set an automatic watch, easy and simple. This is so easy, anyone could do. Everything that we use on the video, we're going to leave a link on the description. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. That does help us out a lot. Thank you. So you woke up today and put on your watch. You looked at it and said, this is not right. I'm pretty sure I don't work at 3 o'clock in the morning. Don't worry. Here at the StatUpBox team, we've got your back. A few blocks away, but a back is a back. And the first thing that you want to make sure is that you have a watch. Second, that it is an automatic watch. And an automatic manual wristwatch is a mechanical watch that can be powered in two ways: by the natural motion of your wrist, which is automatic winding, or by the turning of the crown by hand, which is called manual winding. It basically uses a mainspring and not a battery to store energy. The rotor inside keeps it running as you wear it, and this combination gives you both the convenience and the control over keeping the watch fully wound. And in today's video, we're going to show time only watches, date only, and day plus date watches. And now that we looked at watch technology, we're ready for the first step, and that is taking the watch off your wrist. This can prevent pressure on the stem of the crown, which can damage the mechanism, and it will be a lot easier to set. Next, we want to power up your watch, and we do that by making sure that the crown is fully pushed in, and then on a clockwise motion, we turn the crown about 20 to 30 times. And we do that by turning the crown away from us. You can always verify with your barbecue paper, with your owner's manual, for the amount of times you need to wind. If your particular watch cannot be powered up by manually moving the crown, then that can mean that it's powered up by the movement of your wrist. Then in that case, you want to gently swing the watch left to right for 20 to 30 seconds, or you can just wear it. And now that your watch got a workout and it's powered up, we're ready for the next step. And no matter which type of watch you have, this is the first thing that you want to do, and that is locating the crown positions. We first have the starting point, or position 0, which is the crown pushed in, which we can call the winding mode. And to be able to better understand watch technology, then we have the first position, which is the crown pulled out halfway, which is the date setting mode. And lastly, we have position number 2, which is the crown pulled out fully, which is the time setting mode. But let's say, for example, you have a time only watch like this one. This means you only have one position, and that is the time setting mode. So this means you can only pull out the crown all the way out and set the time. So this means in this particular case, we can turn the crown towards us until we get to our desired time. Let's say in this particular case, it's 3 p.m. We want to turn the crown until we get to 3. So if you notice the main difference from a time only watch, no matter if it's 3 a.m. or 3 p.m., you would set your watch at 3, because nothing in your watch lets you know if it's a.m. or p.m., like the change of the day or date, or even an AM/PM indicator. Even though that turning the hands backwards on most modern watches usually won't damage the movement, but on some vintage or delicate watches, it can stress the gears or cause the date to move incorrectly. Or even in modern watches, the many times of doing this action can damage the watch. That is why a forward adjustment is generally considered to be safer. But let's say in your case, you have a hacking watch, which is a type of watch whose second hands stops when you pull the crown out to set the time. If this is your case, then this means you can set the time more accurately. And what we like to do, let's say after we set the time to 3 o'clock, we like to press in the crown fully again, and once we notice that the second hand gets to the 12 o'clock position, we pull the crown out, making the second hands stop, meaning that now we have 3 o'clock on the dot with 0 seconds. And then let's say using your phone at 2:59, we wait until we hit 3 o'clock on the dot and press in our crown. So that means not only did you set the hour, the minutes, but also the seconds. And remember, don't worry if it's not perfect. Perfect. Remember, you are the king, queen, both or none of your castle. In our case, we seldomly set the seconds. We usually set the hours and minutes, and that's good enough. But let's say in your case, you have a date only watch, which means it shows the time plus the date, a number window. Then in that case, just like before, you want to make sure that you have pre-wound your watch or powered up. And because the last thing you want on a clear sunny day is to ruin your watch, you want to avoid the danger zone. And the danger zone on a watch refers to the time period, usually between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. when the date change mechanism is engaged. Adjusting the date or day during this time can damage the gears or cause the watch to malfunction. To be safe, we always want to change the date outside of this time window. In more modern watches, they already have pre-built safeguards to reduce the risk of damage. But as the philosophical teachings of the ring say, protect yourself at all times. And to protect our investment, aka your wallet, what we like to do is pull out the crown all the way out to the second position and set the time to 6. And what this does, it avoids being in the danger zone. Even though we know you love the mean streets, but today is not that day. Then we go ahead and push the crown all the way in, and now we're ready to set the date. We pull the crown halfway, which is the first position, and then we turn the crown towards ourselves. The only difference is that what we want to do, let's say today is the 20th, we want to set the date to the 19th. And we like using this method because this avoids having to know if the current time on your watch is an AM or PM. And this is in the case your watch doesn't have an AM PM indicator. For example, in some watches where it has the day of the week, it changes to a different language when it's nighttime. Once we set it to the 19th, we push the crown all the way in again, starting at 0, and then we pull it out all the way to the second position to set the time. What we want to make sure as we turn the crown towards ourselves that we're looking at the date, and we keep turning the hands until we pass 12 and the date changes to the 20th. This means that now it's AM. So let's say in this case, we're going to set our time to 3:01 p.m. Then that means we need to pass 12 again, meaning that now it's afternoon until we arrive to 3:01 p.m. We push the crown all the way in again, and if we're going to take advantage of the hacking seconds, we wait until it reaches 12, the seconds hand, we pull out the crown, and then once your reference watch or cell phone hits the 3:01 mark, you push it back in. But let's say in your case, you have a day plus date watch, then just like before, you want to power up your watch. Once powered up, then you want to set your watch to 6 again, avoiding the danger zone. But the only difference is now that you're going to set the day of the week and the date in numbers. And just like before, we're going to use the same strategy. We're going to set the day and the date a day before, meaning if today's Friday, we're going to set it to Thursday. And if it's the 20th, we're going to set it to the 19th. So starting from the 0 position or the crown all the way pushed in, we want to pull the crown halfway or to the 1 position. We're going to set our date first, and we're going to set it to the 19th. So we're going to turn the crown towards us until we get to that date. Then we're going to set the day of the week, and we do that by turning the crown away from us while still leaving the crown on the first position, which is the halfway. If you notice in this particular watch, we do have an AM PM indicator, and the way that we know this is that when it's daytime, the day of the week is in English, and when it's nighttime is in Spanish. If in your case it does not change language, then you want to stay on Thursday. In this case, because we know when in Spanish is nighttime, we're going to set it to JUE, which is jueves, which is Thursday in Spanish. After we set both the day and the date, we push in the crown back to 0 position, and now just like before, we're going to set the time. We're going to pull out the crown all the way out to the number 2 position, then turning the crown away from us until we pass 12 midnight, and you're going to notice that both the day and the date change. As you can see, now it says Friday the 20th, and because now we know it's AM, we pass 12 again 10 being the afternoon, aka lunchtime. And once we get to 3 p.m., and remember, a pro tip, when you're getting close to the time, you want to wind the watch slower so you won't pass the time. And just like before, if you have a hacking seconds, you want to use the same technique of pushing the crown back in once it gets to 12, and once your reference time changes, you push it back in. And now that you push some buttons like Homer Simpson, winded some gears, you've done it. You can pat yourself on the back for a job well done. You become a black belt on time setting of your block. Don't forget, if you like the video, please give us a thumbs up. That really helps. If you have any questions, place them in the comment section below. Either someone on the StatUpBox team or someone on the YouTube community can help you out with an answer. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on social media. Thank you for watching, and here's a link to our latest video.